A lot of folks are unhappy today. A lot of people are unhappy. In Los Angeles, California, I just heard a report while driving in this morning. Something like 40 to 50,000 people are homeless in California, either living in shelters or on the streets. And I'm not surprised to hear that because I'm seeing more and more people on the streets. Relationships are not working. Marriages are breaking up. Friendships are not working. Family ships are not working. It's so amazing. Dennis C. Miller is with me. He's the author of Moppin Floors to CEO, From Hopelessness and Failure to Happiness and Success. Very interesting. And a lot of people are hopeless today, folks. I've never seen it before in my lifetime in the manner that it is today. Hey, Dennis.
Hey, Jesse, how are you? Good morning.
Good, sir. I'm glad we finally got you by phone.
Yeah.
I want to, before we run out of time here, I read that you once tried to kill your dad with a butter knife. And so I remember Dr. Carson writing that he tried to kill his mother with an iron or something. And I want to know, are you related to Dr. Carson?
No. No, just not that I know of. But
why did you try to?
I think we're all related in some way, Jesse. You know?
You're right. Why did you try to kill your father?
My dad was very provocative. He was abusive. He kind of just, destroyed your energy and your soul. He was abusive to my mother. He cared. He was very narcissistic, involved in himself here, and he just had the ability to provoke the hell out of you. And that, on more than one occasion, he just did it. And as a young kid, I kind of went after him. I don't know if it was really to try to hurt, but I just felt like at the time I just ran after him because he was a very hurtful guy, and he just kind of destroyed your will. And
Who were you
I remember
close?
one day running after him around the house with a butter knife. I never got to him, but he just kind of had a way of really just getting to you and pissing you off in the worst way possible.
How old were you at the time?
I would imagine I was probably someplace in my early teens, probably someplace maybe 12 to 14 years old. Maybe I don't think I was probably 12 to 14 around that time, probably.
Wow. Who were you closest to growing up, your father or your mother?
Probably my mother, but honestly, that my problem growing up was that I wasn't close to either one of them. My dad was, as I said, a very abusive guy. My mom, because of her abuse, though she was a good person and she cared, but she was kind of withdrawn and depressed herself here. So my challenge in life was kind of, even though I had two parents, I kind of grew up living alone, so I never felt close to any one of them, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I understand. You checked yourself into a mental hospital. Why did you do that?
Well, at the age of 20 years old, I just was so distraught. Had been very depressed, emotionally unstable. As I said, grew up kind of alone. I didn't do well academically. Didn't do well in school. And in my in my 20s or late teens, I got involved with the smoke and the pot and the pills and the stuff, and kind of thought, maybe getting high would make me feel better. It actually made me feel worse and lose. My life spiraled out of control. So out of desperation, I just begged my parents to take me to this hospital because I just felt I couldn't cope any longer.
Are you an only child?
No, I'm actually one of four. I have an older brother, younger brother, and a sister that's younger. So no, I'm one of four.
How are they doing? Did they go through somewhat the same emotional trauma?
Yeah, probably, actually, my sister does well, but, my brothers have had their struggles, and I really have, succeeded beyond imagination. So I kind of, for many years, I kind of had survival guilt. I kind of, I did better. I think I did better, Jesse, because I ended up facing myself and accept the responsibility for myself.
Yeah.
And I think that, and plus that I had, reached out to someone at an early age because I had to. That really began my healing process. So, I saw the benefit of getting help from people.
When you checked yourself into the mental hospital, did you trust the doctors?
I didn't know if I trusted anybody, honestly, to be honest with you. I think that I was kind of, I remember thinking to myself at the time, this is like, 45 years ago, about, geez, I need my life. What will my life be like? What will my life to change? So I think on some level I wasn't trusting anybody, probably.
That's amazing. And so, how are you mentally and emotionally today?
I'm excellent. I'm extremely healthy. I'm happy. I've worked really hard in my life on my self-improvement. I've gone through, many years of sort of psychotherapy. I went through analysis to be able to emotionally separate and from my parents and the abuse I had and become the person I have. I ended up, being able to, through the work of therapy, be in a positive relationship. I'm married to a wonderful woman for 35 years. I now have two successful sons. Both live out in L.A., Southern California. They do very well. I'm a granddad. And my life completely has changed from where it was because of because I did eventually rely upon other people's help, and that and I relied upon myself and used my my inner skill set and the support of others to kind of get me through a tough time.
So you have peace of mind and peace at heart right now?
Absolutely, 100%.
You're not on any type of antidepressant medication or anything?
No, I do take for about 15 years I've been on sort of a serotonin level, increases serotonin level, so I have an antidepressant that just works because of my family's biochemistry, but and I'm just like I would be if I have a little problem sometimes with my heart, I take medication, but I am, a healthy and a happy and a peaceful guy.
If you were not taking the antidepressant medication, would you still be happy and peaceful?
I think I probably would. I don't know. I just I think that medicine can play an important role in you, and if it has a benefit to you, then why risk it? I think that's fine. I think today there's no need to be a stigma of mental health issues. So if you have, I don't have blood pressure, but if I did, I might take a pill. So same thing here. I'm fine with that.
Did you ever go to your father and mother and forgive them?
Oh, I have in my life. My parents are both deceased here, but I think that one of the things that probably put me at peace, Jesse, was the fact that at some point you got to realize that they were children too, and they had their parents, and at some point in time in life, you got to take responsibility for yourself. And I did forgive them, and I certainly, I allowed them. They became, grandparents of my kids, and I allowed them to enjoy that, and I sort of accepted them for where they were, and I also realized that, I could become a loving person, even though they wouldn't, so I could give them things they couldn't give me, which was a big change in life.
Dennis, let me just ask this, and then I want you to tell the folks how to get your book, because I
Sure.
know you lead a health group and teaches leadership right now. I want to know, did you ever go to your father and mother and apologize to them for hating them? Not apologize for what they done to you, because the way they treated you was definitely wrong based on what you said. But did you ever go to them and apologize for hating them?
No, I didn't apologize for hating them. I think that what I learned to do was, accept responsibility for myself to become a different person, and then I became a loving person of them here. And so, as we went through the end of their life, we had a good relationship. We sort of accepted each other for what we were here. I don't see that any need for me to apologize to them, because it was a reaction that I had from their behavior towards me here. But I'm at peace with them, and they've passed away, and they've done the best they can, and now it's my job to be the best father I can be, and it's my chance to be a good father and be a good husband and to be a good person, a good friend, and a good colleague to people. So that's kind of how I live my life.
Well, and I understand what you're saying, but the problem is you have to rely on this medication because...
No, that's not true. That's just I don't rely upon a medication. It's one aspect of it. It's not the only thing here. It's that I have, as a person, I have learned understand myself better, how I deal with stress.
But let me say this because of time. When we resent or angry at or hate our parents, they're all the same. It turns us away from the Father. and your soul is turned away from the Father. And as long as your soul is turned away from the Father, you would never have peace, because resenting your earthly father prevent you from returning to your Creator. No man get to the Father unless he goes through the Son. And
But
so,
that happened. That happened.
No, let me
just
say. And so when we go to our parents, because our parents are wrong for failing us, and we resent them, we can't help it because we're subject to them. But when you go and apologize for resenting them, that is forgiveness. And when you forgive them, God will forgive you, and then you won't need anything. Tell the folks how to get your book, Dennis.
Well, I think we're probably saying my book, Moppin Floors, the CEO, is available online at Amazon, hardcover as well as ebook, Barnes & Noble, hardcover and ebook, as well as the publisher Author House bookstore. Moppin, Moppin, Moppin Floors, the CEO. My true story from hopelessness and failure to happiness and success.
Thank you, Dennis.
Great talking to you. Thank you.
All right, buddy.